Greetings and welcome to the Royal Melbourne Hospital, where I spent several hours yesterday. I have a bit of a story about the Royal Melbourne Hospital here, or more specifically, the tram. We caught a train down to from Ballarat to Melbourne, and then caught a tram to the hospital, and this tram stop here is where we got off. I'm just going to show you this. Let's take a look at Street View. There's the hospital right there. And look, there's a tram on the tram tracks in the middle of the road, where the tram tracks usually are, yes. We were actually coming from the other direction, so let's just spin this view around here, and see if you can point out where the tram stop is. I'll give you a hint, it's right here where this van is. That's right. This here is actually the shelter for the tram stop. So you have the tram stop, you have a lane of traffic, and then you have the tram tracks. Now when we got off the tram today, this traffic light here was green. So we had hospital patients, myself included, getting off a tram in the middle of a road into a lane of oncoming traffic that was not prepared to stop. There was actually a couple of cars coming around this corner when I got off the tram, and the pregnant lady in front of me got off the tram, and Saffron as well was getting off the tram, and she was completely confused and didn't know if she had to wait for the car or if the car was waiting for her, because the car did have a green light, but the tram was stopped in the middle of the road. So we were very confused and surprised at the fact that we had to get off the tram in the middle of the road into oncoming traffic, especially since we were going to the hospital. Anyway, enough of that. Afterwards, over here somewhere is the main entrance. Somewhere. I was only there yesterday, you'd think I'd know this. It's actually up here a bit more, I think. Yep, it's past that. Here we go. Main entrance. So you walk in there, and then there's a bank just to the side here actually. And a little further in, as soon as I walked in, I could have sworn I was in an airport. There was lots of little stalls everywhere. There was gift shops and a cafe, and there was even a tiny little stall with a guy selling lotto tickets. I had to wonder exactly who his target market was. Was he marketing to the people who had just had surgery, saying, "Congratulations, you're lucky to be alive, so you should buy a lotto ticket to see if you can capitalize on that luck"? Or was he marketing to the people who were like, "Well, you're here to die, you may as well spend your money and see if you can win something for the people that you're leaving it to"? I really don't know. But yeah, walking in there, you swear it's not a hospital. And now, welcome back to XekeLand. I've let some villagers out and about. I don't know where they went. But two of them did make their way back in under here, so I had to release them again. Stupid villagers. So I should have 4 walking around. Should. Don't know where. Anyway, I'll see if I can find them, and I'll tell you a funny story from while I was sitting in the hospital bed. Sorry, hey there, Wizrobe. That's one. Lying in a hospital bed. There was a couple of nurses messing with the machine next to us. Oh, by the way, this is currently on peaceful, because I'm trying to breed the villagers up, and I'm just going to leave the game running while I go to work and see what happens. I don't particularly want to get killed or get the rest of my villagers killed. So, let's see. Yeah, the nurses. They were messing with a piece of machinery in the sectioned off area next to me. And we could hear the machine beeping. And then one of the nurses said, "Oh, that was quick." He gave us 2 beeps and it went from "I'm hungry" to "I'm dead." And it cracked me up. I was laughing so hard I couldn't breathe. It was hilarious. And one of the doctors, or other nurses, not sure, came over to check some paperwork and is like, "Someone laughing in a hospital, that's not something we see very often." Okay, so I'm still only on 2 villagers? Oh, it's hilarious. Even now when I think of it, I crack a grin and I can't stop from laughing a little bit. See? Oh, it was great. And let's see, what else? I got wheeled off into the little operating area, and I started doing some checks and getting things set up, and then they were like, oh, there's a bit of a problem, and we're going to have to wheel you back out and do this in about half an hour. Because apparently there was someone else who needed the machinery or needed the staff or something for a bit of an emergency or something. So I got wheeled out and had to wait again. I swear, I've got 4 guys. 1 was robe, 2 blacksmiths, and a guy in white. Struggled a bit there. Yeah, so when I was taken away, had to wait a little bit longer, then I got taken back in, and I found it. Another thing I found hilarious was that I was being wheeled around on this bed while I was still perfectly capable of walking. It was kind of fun. Yeah, I was like, I can walk, but they're wheeling me around. This is strange and unusual, but kind of entertaining. Alright, you're going there. You're in there. Where are the other 2? Something's causing huge lag spikes around here. And I don't know what. I thought it might have been the pigs. But I killed them off and it didn't really help at all, so I brought them back. Anyway, I went into the operating area again, and there was another doctor there, and he was like, hi, I'm Dr. I can't remember his name. He went to shake my hand, and he did that thing where like you shake someone's hand and then you pat their hand with your other hand at the same time. And I'm pretty certain that he didn't know that in the back of my right hand was where the needle for the drip had been inserted, and he like tapped right on that twice. And I was like, that kind of hurt, but I'm not going to say anything because this guy's about to be shoving some tube thing down my throat. Yeah. And there was another nurse. She was quite a happy little lady from Malaysia by the name of Shu. And she liked to point out that her name was Shu by pointing to her shoe. And she was telling me that she'd be talking to me and holding my head and making me dream of weird things. And she was quite surprised at the length of my hair. And then there was another nurse, or doctor, I don't really know which were nurses and which were doctors. There was another lady there who was asking some questions about my symptoms and whatnot, and she was quite surprised when I told her the distance that I'm able to walk before I get chest pains. And I was saying like it's a maximum of about 50 meters. I had to walk 200 meters from the car to the train, and I stopped about 4 times on the way. It's night time, they should be in their houses. Don't tell me they wandered off somewhere. Yeah. And that's kind of all I remember until waking up gagging on whatever it was, the camera thing they were using twice. And then I remember the specialist was there, and he said that it's not so much of a case of if they can operate now, but it's more of how. He said, I'm not a straightforward case, apparently. But apparently they get not straightforward cases quite a lot, so I wonder maybe the not straightforward is the normal? Oh, all that lag, and I don't know what's causing it. But it's only huge spikes, so I guess it's okay. Anyway, I really don't know where these other villages have gone. I had 4, and I've walked around everywhere, and I swear, I've only seen 2. You 2. See, there was another blacksmith in here before. Where did they go? And they couldn't have gotten themselves killed because there's nothing for them to jump off. I really don't know. Oh, actually, I kind of fenced all this up because this is where the wizrobe was hiding there, and I had a blacksmith there, as well as the guys that were in under the pigs. which I might actually go check again, just because I don't know how they got in there the first time. They may have gotten in there again. There was 2 guys in here, which I'm fairly certain just fell in through the roof. And what do you know? There's 3 guys in here. How do you even get in here? It doesn't even make any sense. There's one. I'm starting to wonder if it's maybe this that's moving them in there. Oh, they can get out in their own time. See, if they walk in here, if they get caught by that, then I might just have to take the door off. That might be what I do actually, I might just change it for a gate. Okay guys. Did he come from down here too? Oh look, they're all out. There. Okay, let's see what else. Oh yes, the anesthetic spray that they used on the back of my throat to numb it. Now the lady who sprayed that in the first time said, "Yeah, I'm going to spray this in the back of your throat, and I have to warn you, it tastes disgusting." And I was like, oh yeah, I've had my PTU, this can't be too bad. But no, I was wrong, I was very wrong. The PTU tastes like candy compared to that stuff. That's not to say PTU is, I'm now a fan of it, and I'm going to be eating it for snacks all the time. It still tastes bad, but this stuff was just beyond foul. Where did that come from? I'm confused. Alright, gotta get a gate. Now, I've been wandering around for like 10 minutes now, and haven't really done anything. But found my guys, so I guess that's a plus. Anyway, yes, then I was getting wheeled out of the operating area. I vaguely remember actually mentioning to Saf the fact that this stuff tasted disgusting and made PTU taste like candy. And then when I'm more aware of what's going on, I told her again. And she was like, yeah, you've already told me that. It's like, I remember telling you that. Ding dong. Yes, I got off a bit early. I'm in here for some wood to make a gate. Yes. And Saf tells me I was actually in the operating area for about an hour. It was only supposed to take 20 minutes to half an hour, according to the paperwork and everyone beforehand, but I guess because I'm not a straightforward case, that's why it took a little longer, I guess. And it wasn't long after I was wheeled out that I pretty much regained full control of my senses. I don't even remember falling asleep in the operating room. All I remember was they were asking me some questions, and she was impressed with my hair, and then pretty much back out in the other area. That's good, I suppose, aside from the waking up gagging twice. But they were only very brief moments, they didn't last long. And I'm fairly certain that only happened because I was in there longer than they were expecting. That'll do. Alright, let's just see if these guys have somehow managed to get themselves caught back in here again. No, they haven't. Good, let's hope it stays that way. Yeah, so then I got given a glass of water to make sure I was still able to swallow because of the anesthetic on the back of the throat. That went down fine. They gave me a nice beef sandwich that was quite tasty considering I hadn't eaten. I had an up and go, it was like a liquid breakfast thing at 6 o'clock in the morning. And then nothing until they gave me this sandwich. It's a little jerky there. Okay, so you're the white dude. So that went in at 2:30ish, would have come out 3, so it would have been about 4:30 that I got to eat something again. And it wasn't long after that that we got to leave. Come on. Yeah, so I spent Thursday in Melbourne. So today I was in Melbourne at Saffron's mum's house. I was working from there and then came back up here. So the rest of that's rather uneventful. And I realised while I was setting up for recording this episode that I did kind of break one of my own rules from earlier in my recording career, I suppose you could call it. Was I didn't want to actually turn this series into any sort of vlog. But mainly because there was nothing actually going on in my life that was worth vlogging about. It would pretty much be, I woke up today, I went to work, and I came home and played some games. And it would be that pretty much every day. But I suppose things are a little bit different now. But anyway, actually I haven't shown you in here, I just remembered these. I did actually complete all of the maps in here. That's a butterfly. That's a new mod that I've installed actually, because I'm in 1.4.7. The maps don't spread to take up the entire item frame. So I found a mod that did that for this version. And it looks good. You can see some of the terrain generation things up the top there where I installed Biomes of Plenty or I updated or something. This zoom level actually has the village there where those two little green markers are. Those brown grey squares are the tree farm. And all the way up the top there, you can't really follow the line of the minecart track, but it's kind of those grey dots in the middle of the forest there. And it goes all the way up. There's that derpy village that's on the edge of the biome. And that red dot up there, I'm not sure what that is. It might be a tree. Yeah, that's getting pretty close to the autumn village. Now if we go running down here, aha, see this one's got a little bit more, and by a little bit more I mean it's got the same 3x3 from here. It goes to that red dot up there, and then it keeps going until the autumn village, which is all the way up the top there. Those two brown lines up the top, that's the slaughterhouse. This weird looking pattern here, that's that floating village on the end stone. And the rest of this, well, I don't know, I just kind of ran around, I didn't look at anything. What is this? There's something interesting there. And I'm guessing this is a volcano with some lava coming down the side. Volcano. This here, this is the floating castle that I found and conquered that kind of looks like a creeper face that's not the right colour. And there'll be the pirate ship there next to the volcano. Some more volcanoes. Some more terrain generation problems. There's a bit of a marsh there. Yeah, so I don't actually know what's out there properly. I didn't explore it, I just kind of ran around. And the cat's meowing at me. But one day I'll do that. And I think, given how long it took to actually do all of that, I did that a little while ago, this wall here, that's going to be a bit of a pain. Let's turn this back on. I just remembered something else that I wanted to do. I need to go mining, I think, very soon, as in tomorrow maybe, or later tonight. Oh wait, it's already 20 past 12. It'll have to be tomorrow. I actually have a new item in my Xeke mod, which I haven't used any of yet. And I don't remember how to craft these. So I'm going to have to... Actually, no, I think I do. It's like redstone. And I'm going to need more redstone. Let's just grab all that I can. Grab some of this. And see if I can remember this. Do I have any sticks? Plenty of these though. Okay. Oh, there's some more redstone. That's handy. Before I do this, let's just make sure I got this right. Is that how you make a redstone lamp? Yes, it is. Okay, so I'm going to need 18. Wow. I am too short. Damn. I think I have some spare torches though. Redstone torches. There, look at this. It's called unnamed because I haven't actually looked into naming my items properly in my mod. But the idea is that these are kind of inverted redstone lamps. I don't have any in there. So they don't actually require power because you use a torch to make them. They already have power. Kind of like the redstone inverted lamps. Now I've got to have heaps of redstone. And look, there's the torches right there. I'm just going to use them. Okay. So I've got 6 of these. To replace these ones up in here, because these have the switches on the side, which is very ugly and aesthetically not pleasing. There. So these are on all the time, don't require power. In fact, if you give them power, nothing happens, because I didn't look that far into using redstone. I just gave them the appropriate texture and light level. And a suitable recipe. Okay. So I've been wanting to do that for a while, I just keep forgetting about it. I've got one left. There we go. Cool. So that's all good. And I haven't actually done anything that I wanted to start doing. Oh well. I'll give you a quick explanation though. I want more villagers, so I'm going to need houses to keep them in. And I've got a few around here, but they don't seem to be sufficient, so I'm going to turn... What are you doing, cat? I think the cat really wants my attention. I'm going to turn this into a kind of an apartment block and just put some layers of rooms with doors on them over there. And I think their staircase can go up here in line with this. Alright, I'm going to go throw that cat in the other room. And then get started on digging some holes in the wall.